All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's start today in child's pose. So if it would feel good to take like a quick down dog, stretch your legs for a moment, maybe a couple little cat-cows or a little bit of movement through your hips, anything that calls to you right off. And then eventually just sit back into your variation of child's pose. So you go into child's pose. I'm going to kneel just so you can hear my voice better so it doesn't get muffled. My face going straight towards the ground. So as you're ready, just settle into child's pose. And take a moment there to just really relax, to ground down. So feel the ground underneath you, feel your connection to it. Notice your physical body, how it feels, what's going on inside. And let's just begin with 3 great big deep breaths. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top in absolute fullness. See if you can feel this breath move all the way down into your low belly, your low back, your hips, your pelvis. And then when you're ready, just big open mouth sigh. Let it go. Ah. 2 more times just like that. So inhale, fill up. Hold at the top. And see if you can even sip in just that little bit more. So really fill up. Hold, hold, hold. And big sigh, release. Ah. 1 more time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Wake up your body from the inside with this prana, this life force energy. Hold in fullness, sip in a little bit more, and big, huge exhale, release, let it go. Now, stay in your child's pose just a little longer. Seal your lips and start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose, gentle constriction in the back of your throat. And feel with each inhale the expansion of your back body, your upper back, mid back, low back. Feel the letting go, the contraction, the hugging in with each exhalation. So each time you exhale, at the very end of your exhale, draw your belly button in and up towards your spine and see if you can find that connection to center, Uddiyana Bandha as we call it. So you can stay for as long as you'd like, just resting, breathing, slowly connecting to your breath, finding your own internal rhythm. When you feel ready to add some movement, go ahead and start exploring. So maybe you just want to walk your hands off one side of your mat. Take a couple breaths there, lengthening through your side body and then the other. Eventually, you can rock up to hands and knees and start to explore from there. So just like we do in our practices, if you come to my class very often, same thing, just intuitive, unstructured movement for a moment. So I would really encourage you to close your eyes and allow yourself to feel into your body more and more. So every single day, pretty much all day long, we have to use our minds to function. Especially if you have a day job, you have to use your mind to think through. Our minds are not bad, but they do prohibit us from getting into our bodies and just being fully present. So for the next 60 to 75 minutes, allow yourself to let go of your thinking, talking, judging mind and just feel from the inside. Just experience what it's like to live in your body, to Bring your awareness into your body more and more. So rather than processing every little thing you do through your mind, wondering if you're doing it right, wondering if you look weird, let go of that and just go with what feels good. Experience it from the inside out. So I'm going to say take about 3 to 5 more breaths, somewhere in there. And then let's find our way back to our first downward facing dog of practice. No rush, no hurry. You can get there in your own time. You can even get there in your own way. So if you want to move through a quick vinyasa, if you want to take a hovering tabletop, hover your knees above the ground for a moment, and then very slowly lift your hips up and back, go for it. Good job, my friends. So once you are back in your down dog, bring your feet out nice and wide to the width of your yoga mat. So all 10 toes face forward, but your feet are now wider than your hips. And we're just going to kind of transfer our weight around a little bit. So press down really, really firmly into your right hand, and then press back into your left heel and shift your weight to the left. Move your hips over to the left a little bit. Try not to come forward, so keep your hips lifting, keep your spine nice and long. Breathe up your spine and visualize your breath moving down the back of your left leg. See if you can create a little more space there. Take about 2 more rounds. And then after those 2 breaths, just switch to the other side. So press into your left hand, press back through your right heel, and shift your hips slightly over to the right. You can keep a bend in your knees if you need to, but try to get your right leg as straight as you can. And your heel might touch the ground, or it might be hovering above the ground. Your intention is to work your heel a little bit closer to the earth. Keep the length in your spine, that lift in your hips. Keep breathing. Couple more rounds on this side. Good job, my friends. And then at the end of your second exhale on this side, keep your feet where they're at. Bring your weight back to center, so your weight is just nice and centered, and crawl your hands to the back of your yoga mat. So now you will find yourself in a very, very slightly wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes face forward. Pause here for a moment. Keep your weight slightly forward in your toes and the balls of your feet. And also make sure you don't roll into the outer edges of your feet. Press down into the inner edges as well. Choose to either grab opposite elbows for ragdoll, or bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. So either one of those variations, and then just let your upper body be very heavy. Bend your knees if you need to so that you can relax your neck more. Maybe sway a little bit from side to side, bob a little bit up and down. So imagine there's a rope attached to your belly button and it's pulling straight up towards the ceiling. So try to lift your sit bones up. Lift your waistline up and then crown of your head towards the ground. Couple more full breaths. If you want to release your hands and just bring your fingertips to the earth, that's fine with me. Good job, you guys. Keep your feet nice and wide. Next time you inhale, just come to a halfway lift position. So nice and long, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Crawl your hands forward until you're in a plank position. And if you keep your feet wide, this is going to be easier. So try to keep your feet just right where they're at. Plank pose, top of a push-up. Pause here, draw your belly button in and up, and then see if you can just hover your left foot above the ground. You don't have to lift it super high, just hover it. And then with your left foot lifted, maybe extend your right arm forward, teeter-totter. Take 1 full round of breath, reach forward and back. End of your exhale, set your hand and foot down. Try the other side. So start by hovering your right foot. Keep your right foot active, your right leg strong. Draw your belly button in and up. Maybe extend your left arm forward. Take one full round of breath. Pull yourself in opposite directions. End of your exhale, hand and foot come down. Now walk your feet in so they're either hips width distance or big toes touch. High plank position. Take a big inhale at the top. Exhale slowly with control, lower to your belly. Inhale, Spiderman Cobra. So hands out nice and wide, lift to your fingertips, elbows face up, lift your chest up. And then exhale, take your twist to the right, left shoulder dips towards the ground. Inhale, come back to center, lift your heart. Good. Exhale, other side, twist to the left, right, shoulder dips down. Inhale, back to center. Go one more time in each direction, moving with your breath at your own pace. Maybe close your eyes, feel with your body rather than thinking with your mind. Good work. Eventually, your inhale will bring you back to center. Lift just as high as feels right to you. Exhale to let it go. And then however you want to make the transition, we'll take it back to downward facing dog. And this time, you explore your down dog in your own way. So you can find stillness, make those little teeny tiny micro adjustments on the inside. Or you're welcome to explore with maybe bigger movements. Maybe you want to stretch one leg up, then the other. Maybe you want to come forward to plank, press back to down dog a couple times. So anything that calls to you, just really finding your down dog in your practice this morning, right here, right now. So what does it feel like in this moment? How can you create more space? How can you find maybe a little more strength or maybe a little more softness? How can you be a little more efficient in your body? And then can you feel your breath moving through all the little spaces? So breath should be able to flow freely. If it feels like it's getting stuck anywhere, explore that, move towards that, get curious about that. Is there a way you can adjust so that your breath can move in a more flowing way, so it doesn't feel like you're straining to breathe deeply or it's getting stuck anywhere. So in my personal opinion, the breath is such a huge key to our yoga practice, to what we get out of it. Let's take one more big, huge inhale into our down dog. Maybe lift your hips a little higher. And then this time, exhale, look forward to the top of your mat. Step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you've arrived, let's take it straight into our halfway lift. So breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, let it go, refold. Do that one more time, halfway up. So crown of your head reaches forward, tops of thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold. And your choice, either roll or reverse swan dive all the way to stand. As you inhale, take your arms to the sky. As you exhale, draw your hands into your heart center. All right. Inhale, arms reach up, stretch tall. Lead with your heart, hinge at your hips, slow swan dive down. So take your time, traction out your spine as you dive, then release and fold. With your in-breath, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Get as long as you can. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Now press into your feet. Everybody lead with your heart. So come through your halfway lift, continue to rise. Inhale, stretch tall, reach, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more half sun salute, one more round just like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it all the way down. Think of riding your breath down, so feel your body as it moves through space. Relax at the bottom, head heavy. Halfway lift, inhale. Ardha Uttanasana, how much length can you create? Exhale, let it go, refold. Now press into your feet, lead with your heart. Let's take it all the way back up. Big full body stretch as you breathe in. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okie dokie. This time, inhale, take your arms to the sky. Pause right here and grab opposite elbows above your head. So it's kind of like a ragdoll pose, but you're standing up now. So from here, we're going to take a side body stretch. Move your hips over to the left and your upper body over to the right. So more weight in your left foot. Hips move to the left, upper body to the right, and you can use your arms as a little bit of gentle leverage. So with your right hand, kind of tug on your left elbow. Make sure your chin isn't buried in your chest. So think of pressing the back of your head back towards your arms. Breathe into it. One more full round. Good job, you guys. Inhale, come back up. And then just switch your grip so your opposite arm is on top. And then as you're ready, side body stretch in the other direction. So this time hips go right, upper body goes left. Gently tug on your right elbow with your left hand. Make sure your neck is neutral, so you're not looking down, you're not looking up, you're looking straight out in front of you. More weight in your right foot. See if you can send your hips further to the right. Breathe into your right waistline. Lengthen that space. Bigger, deeper breath. One more round. Inhale, come back to center. Reach your arms up. And then exhale. Bring your hands behind your back. Same thing. Grab opposite elbows. So notice if when you grabbed opposite elbows, your belly kind of came forward. Draw navel to spine. Neutralize your pelvis. Take a big inhale and just gaze up. Lift your chest. Exhale, slow swan dive down. Keep your arms behind you, grabbing opposite elbows. All the way down, forward fold. Now listen, inhale, halfway lift, and I want you to pause here. So see if you can find your spinal extension with your hands behind your back. I want you to feel the opening in the front of your heart, the front of your shoulders. Think of sticking your back straight out behind you, so if it's helpful, bend your knees more. Think of pressing back through the tops of your thighs. Now, we're going to release our arms, but reach our arms out to both sides. So arms reach out to the right and to the left. Your heart is still open. The front of your shoulders are still open. Imagine you're trying to press the backs of your hands up towards the ceiling and your chest down towards the ground. Take one more big inhale like you're flying. Reach, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Forward fold. Good job. As you're ready, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. All right, so from our plank, we're going to take it straight into side plank, Vashi Stasana. Right hand is our base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky. So lift your hips super high. And then if you'd like, you can extend your left arm forward, float your left leg up, or if there's another variation you want to take, go for it. Your fullest expression. Really think of pushing the ground away with your right hand. Feel the strength in your right side abdominals, those oblique muscles. See if you can lift your hips just a tiny bit higher. Take 2 more breaths. Nice job, you guys. End of your next exhale, slowly with control. Come back to your high plank. You're welcome to lower your knees if you want. Big inhale at the top. Exhale to slowly lower down. Back bend of your choice as you breathe in. If you need a moment to rest your right wrist, you can take a child's pose for a breath or two, but eventually we'll meet back in downward facing dog. So take it back when you're ready. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath, strong and powerful. Hips high, spine long, side body's long. Next time you inhale from your down dog, right leg to the sky. So for now, keep your hips square. Inner thighs face each other. Press up with your right foot. Lift through your left sit bone, your left butt cheek. Push down with your hands. See if you can find more length underneath your armpits by pushing down through your hands. Lift through your belly button. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So curl in, hollow out your belly. Stay here. Take a big, huge inhale. Push the ground away. You should be high on your back tiptoes. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. And then we're going to bring our back knee down today. So if you need extra cushion, fold over the side of your mat, grab a blanket, grab a sweatshirt, grab a pillow, bring it under your back knee. And then let's just start with our hands on our front thigh. So with your hands on your front thigh to begin with, think of moving your right butt cheek towards your right heel. So leaning forward through your lower body. As you do that, don't let your left hip turn out to the left. Keep directing your left hip straight forward. Tone your low abdominals, lift your heart, and then take your arms to the sky. Ujjayi Asana. Gaze slightly up. Breathe down into your hips. So allow for that sensation to be there and just sit with it. Breathe into it. Keep the lift in your heart, the length in your spine. Take one more full round, maybe a little baby back bend. End of your exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. So now you're in this strong lunge position with your legs. Left hand stays on the ground, reach your right arm to the sky. Revolved lunge, twist. So legs are strong, especially your back leg now. Find power there. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Right knee draws towards your left armpit, but imagine you want to pull your right hip towards the back of your mat at the same time. So right knee hugs towards your left armpit, energetically right hip pulls back. Twist from your center. Reach up like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Take one more full round. Good job. End of your exhale, unwind. Now root into both of your feet, strong through your legs, rise all the way up, high crescent lunge. So hips are still square, inner thighs hug towards midline, low abdominals tone, chest lifts. Settle in. Find your breath. Find a softness around the posture. Breathe and feel. Feel the strength in your back leg just as much as your front leg. Let's take one more inhale. Maybe that little tiny baby back bend, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your front thigh and kind of lean forward. So think of a diagonal line from the top of your head back to your left heel. Push your hands into your thigh. Draw your belly button back towards your spine and think of breathing down into your low back. So you want to feel like you almost have a corset around your middle. You feel that strength there, that Uddiyana Bandha is what we call it. Now root into your right foot. As you're ready, back leg floats up, warrior 3 variation. So long, strong, straight line from the top of your head back to your left heel. Hips are square, inner thighs face each other. You can stay here pressing your hands into your front thigh, or just like we did in our halfway lift a few moments ago, reach your arms out to the right and to the left like you're flying. You could also take cactus with your arms as a modification, or if you just don't have quite enough space to extend your arms out wide. So think of pressing your arms up towards the ceiling, your chest down towards the ground. Give me one more deep breath. Good job. Inhale, high mountain pose. So top of your yoga mat, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So bend your knees a lot. Reach your butt back. Reach your arms back. Maybe float up to your tiptoes. So option for a little balance challenge. If you're lifting your heels, lift them as high as you can. Feel the strength in your ankles. Back muscles hug around your spine. So imagine you're trying to get your pinky fingers to touch each other behind you. Take one more round, maybe bend your knees a little more. If you're on your tiptoes, see if you can stay there. High mountain, inhale, all the way up as tall as you can grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, take it all the way down with your exhale. Slow dive. Ha. Nice work. Heels on the ground, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. All right, pause in your plank. This time, Vashi Stasana side plank, left hand is your base. So roll into the baby toe edge of your left foot, right arm reaches up. Lift your hips as high as possible. So to get out of your wrist, you want to use your left side abdominals, those oblique muscles. Maybe right arm reaches forward, maybe right leg floats up, so your variation, your expression, give it everything you've got. Couple more rounds. Hips lift, push down through your left hand. Nice work, my friends. End of your next exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale, Chaturanga, slowly with control. Inhale, back bend of your choice. You're welcome to take an extra breath or two if it would feel good. And then we'll see you back in down dog. If you need a quick child's pose, take it. Back in your down dog, reconnect and even recommit to your strong, powerful Ujjayi breath. Feel it expand and contract. It's moving through you. All the little spaces. Next time you inhale from your down dog, left leg to the sky. So hips square, inner thighs face each other. I do not care how high your left leg goes. Just lift it as high as you can, and then get it as straight, as strong, as powerful as possible. So you're really pressing with your left foot, and then at the same time, your right sit bone, your right butt cheek is lifting up. Push the ground away with both of your hands. Use that invisible rope. It's attached to your belly button. Feel it. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So keep your hips nice and high. Waistline is lifting. Stay here. Breathe in. High on your back tippy toes. And then exhale, soft as you can. Left foot steps through. Back knee comes down gently. If you need extra cushion, grab a blanket, a sweatshirt, fold over the side of your mat. Hands up to your front thigh to start. And then think left butt cheek towards your left heel. So it's okay if your front knee comes a little forward of your ankle. You're not weight bearing here. Make sure as you lean forward through your lower body, you keep that little tone through your low belly. You keep that lift in your chest. Don't let your right hip turn out to the right, direct it forward, and even think of rotating your right inner thigh back. Now, whenever you're ready, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Press down through your left heel, and imagine you're trying to pull your left heel back and up towards your left butt cheek. Lengthen through your spine and your side bodies. Lift through your heart. Big, deep breaths. Couple more. Soften your face. Unclench your jaw. Let your breath flow. Nice, you guys. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands down. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. So find your strong lunge position now. Right hand's going to stay on the ground, and then left arm will reach up for your twist. So imagine you want to pull your left hip towards the back of your mat, but at the same time, left knee and shin hug towards your right armpit. Back leg is strong and powerful. Inner thighs squeeze, twist from your center. So reach up like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your left fingertips. 2 more rounds. Use your breath. Each exhale, that's your invitation to twist, twist, twist. And then end of your next exhale, unwind. Strong through your legs, rooted through your feet. Rise up, full crescent lunge, high lunge. Hips are still square, inner thighs still hug towards midline. Low belly is still toned, chest is lifted, heart is open. Soften your face and breathe. Feel the strength in your back leg as much as your front leg. Feel the strength in your back foot even. Take one more inhale, maybe little baby back bend, knees up. Exhale, hands come down to press into your front thigh. Diagonal line from the top of your head back to your right heel. Push into your thigh with your hands. Pull navel to spine. So you don't want to round your back as you do that, but you do want to feel almost like you're puffing up into your low back. As you're ready, transition into your warrior 3 variation. So left foot roots down, back leg floats up. Long, strong line from the crown of your head back to your right heel. Hips are square. You can stay right here. Perfect place to stay. Or arms reach out to the right and left. You could also cactus your arms. Think of pressing your arms up and your chest down at the same time so you feel your back muscles get even stronger. Take one more round. Fullest expression. Really, really long. Inhale, top of your mat, high mountain, stretch tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Reconnect with you. So take just a moment, close your eyes, hands at your heart. That is pretty much our flow for today. So we're gonna go through it 2 more times, breath to movement. My challenge for you is see if you can stay present for the transitions. So not just the poses, but the spaces between. Make your breath as long, as strong, as powerful as possible. Stay where you're at. Big inhalation, fill up. Hold at the top. Sip it a little more. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, let's flow. Inhale, arms to the sky. Side body stretch of your choice over to the right as you exhale. So you can grab opposite elbows if you like that variation. Inhale, come back through center. Realign, re-lengthen, and then exhale over to the other side. Again, you choose your variation or grab opposite elbows. Inhale, back to center. Both arms reach up. Now listen, as you exhale, just cactus your arms, open your heart, standing back bend. Inhale, arms to the sky, realign. Exhale, take it all the way down, slow dive, forward fold. With your inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift, option to extend your arms out to both sides or even cactus arms if you want to add to it. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. You can hold here and wait for us or inhale, side plank. Right hand is your base, left arm to the sky. So hit it for just a second, feel that pose. And then exhale, plank or modified plank. Take it all the way down slowly. Big inhale, peel your heart open, roll your shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Move from your center with awareness, with intention. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Stretch and lengthen. Now pay attention and exhale slowly. Right foot steps forward. Back knee comes down gently. Inhale, arms to the sky. Right butt cheek towards your right heel. Allow your hips to move towards the ground. Exhale, hands come down, back toes tuck under, lift your back knee. Inhale, revolve lunge, right arm reaches up. So feel your body as you reach, as you open. Exhale, unwind. And then root through your feet. Rise all the way up, high crescent lunge. Breathe in, maybe a little gaze up. Exhale slowly, hands come to your front thigh, lean forward, prepare for your balance. Inhale, warrior three variation, back leg floats up. Stay here as you exhale, or option to add your arms, reach out to both sides. Inhale, top of your mat, high mountain pose. Soft landing, arms reach up. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So bend your knees, butt reaches back, arms swing back, maybe you're on your tiptoes. Inhale, high mountain, stay on your tiptoes if you can. All the way up. Exhale, stick your butt out behind you, hinge at your hips, feel your body move through space all the way down. Forward fold. With your inhale, spinal extension, lengthen, add arms if you want, reach out to both sides. Exhale, plant your hands, feet step back, plank pose. Stay here and wait for us, or inhale, side plank, left hand is your base. Hit it for just a second, feel the pose in your body, and exhale, plank or modified all the way down, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift your hearts. Shoulders stay back and down, away from your ears. Exhale, lift your hips. Imagine that invisible rope pulling up on your belly button. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Slowly and softly exhale, left foot to the top of your mat. Back knee comes down like you're setting an egg on the ground. Inhale, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Lift your heart, left butt cheek towards your left heel. Exhale, hands come down, so nice and slowly. Feel your hands as they move through space. Back knee lifts, and inhale, twist, left arm to the sky. Gaze up, open up. Exhale, unwind. Stay strong through your legs. Inhale, inhale, high lunge. Crescent lunge, reach up. Woo. Good job. Exhale, hands to your front thigh. So prepare for your balance. Root into your front foot. Inhale, warrior three variation. Stay as you exhale. Option to add the arms if you would like. Good job. Inhale, land at the top of your mat. High mountain pose. Reach up, stretch tall. Exhale, hands to heart, and reconnect with you. You've got one more round, just like that. Inhale, arms to the sky. Side body stretch of your choice. Exhale, upper body to the right, hips to the left. Inhale, come through center. And as you exhale, other side, hips to the right, upper body to the left. Inhale, back up. And then with your exhale, work your standing back bend, whatever that looks like for you. Keep your low abdominals toned and strong. Inhale, realign, reach up. Exhale, heart guide, slow dive down. Stay present as you transition. Halfway lift, inhale, lots of length. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Stay here and hold, or inhale, Vashi Stasana, right hand is your base. Hit that pose for just 1 second. Chaturanga, slowly lower. Inhale, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog pose. Good job, my friends. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Now listen carefully. Exhale, right knee to your left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, re-extend. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or aim as high as you can on your arm. You can even add a push-up if you want. Inhale, three-legged dog. And last one, knee to your nose, then step your right foot forward. Back knee comes down gently. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arms reach up, heart lifts, right butt cheek towards your right heel. Exhale, hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale your right arm to the sky, twist. Slowly release as you exhale. Now root into both feet, crescent lunge, breathe in. Maybe little baby back bend, just gaze up. Exhale, hands come down to your front thigh. Prepare to balance. Inhale, slowly float your back leg off the ground, warrior 3 variation. Stay as you exhale, or option to add your arms. Inhale, top of your mat, high mountain pose, reach up, stretch tall. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So if you're on your tiptoes, lift your heels as high as possible. Stay, if you can, on your tiptoes, high mountain all the way up. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, slow dive down, forward fold. You're almost there, stick with me. Halfway lift, breathe in. Option to reach out to both sides if you want to. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to the plank. Hold right here and wait for us, or come with me, Vashi Stasana, left hand is your base. Hit the pose. And exhale, plank to Chaturanga, slowly, with intention. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift, down dog. All right, inhale, left leg high. Now listen, exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your obliques, don't let your hips sink lower than shoulders. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left to left, aim high. Add the push-up if you would like. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, then softly left foot steps through. Back knee comes down. Inhale, arms to the sky. Left hip towards your left heel, lift your heart. Exhale, hands to the ground, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, twist, left arm reaches up. Exhale, let it go, unwind. Now root through both feet, rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. And exhale, hands to your front thigh, prepare for your balance. With your in-breath, back foot floats, spine nice and long. Hold here as you exhale, option to add your arms if you want. Inhale, high mountain, top of your mat. Now listen, exhale, let's take it all the way down, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back, take your vinyasa. This time end up right back where we began our practice, child's pose. So hips to your heels, forehead rest down on your mat. You can take your hands back towards your heels or even grab hold of your heels if you want to for embryo. Just take a moment. Reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to your body. Feel that energy moving through you. See if you can slow everything down just a little bit. Slow your breath down, slow your heart rate down. Make your exhales last a little bit longer than your inhales. Take about 3 to 5 more, just restorative breaths here, grounding breaths. Soften your face. Unclench your jaw. Nice work, my friends. Alrighty, so from your child's pose, I'm actually going to have you lift up into an extended hero's pose, so an extended kneeling position. And then from your extended kneeling position, so you're on your knees are about hips width distance apart. Take your left leg and extend it straight out to the left with your toes facing directly forward. What I want you not to do, so it's like you're in a half wide-legged straddle here. Looks like this, from the front. All right, what I want you not to do is stick your butt out behind you. So make sure you have a nice neutral pelvis, low abdominals tone, left toes should face directly forward. Try to get your hips as even and as level as possible so you're not lifting your left hip, you're not sinking into your right hip. Next time you breathe in, take your arms to the sky, reach up. As you exhale, bring your left hand to your left thigh, just the outside, and then slowly start to slide your left hand down your leg. Right arm reaches up and over, so we're taking a side body stretch. Breathe into your right side. Make sure your butt's not sticking out behind you. So try to get any flexion or any bend out of your hips. Breathe down into your right side. Your left hand is on your left leg, but there's not a lot of weight in your left hand. So if you wanted to, you could lift your left hand up. Nothing would happen. Take about 2 more rounds here. Nice job, you guys. Next time you inhale, use the strength in your core. Rise back up, arms to the sky, reach. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down to the ground. So your right hand is going to come off the right side of your mat. We're going into modified side plank. So left arm reaches just past the crown of your head. So left bicep to your left ear. I have a wall right by me, so it's getting a little bit funky. Hopefully you can still understand what's going on. So right hand on the ground, right knee on the ground. Left arm is reaching past the crown of your head. Float your left foot up. Stay here or move into your bind. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. So you're in your modified side plank. This is just a different way of getting into it. See if you can rotate your heart to look up at the ceiling. Let your shoulders open, let your heart open. Nice work, you guys. Give me about 2 more breaths. End of your second exhale. If you're holding your left foot, release it. Everybody set your left foot back down on the ground just like it was before. Now next time you inhale, rise back up, both arms to the sky. Keep your arms reaching up. Bring your left knee back down so you're back in your extended hero's pose. You're going to keep your right arm extended. Bring your left hand to your low back. And then start to create a little baby back bend. So I'm going to tuck my toes under. It just helps me stabilize through my shins a little bit more. It's up to you. So lift your chest up towards your chin and then start to reach your right fingertips back. If it's available to you, this is just an option. You can bring your left hand back to grab hold of your left heel. Try to keep your shoulders as square as possible. Heart towards the sky. Hug in with your inner thighs like you've got a block there. Good work. 2 more rounds. Rather than letting your head collapse back, think of extending back through your neck. 1 last breath. And I want you to lift with your heart, from your heart, rather than your head. So come all the way up, both arms to the sky. Good work. Exhale. Think of swan diving down. So now stick your butt out behind you. Bring your hands down. You're in tabletop. And then however you want to transition, we'll meet back in down dog. So if you want to take a quick child's pose or puppy pose, a couple cat-cows, you're welcome to. Eventually, downward facing dog. Okay, my friends, good work. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, use your core strength. Right foot steps forward, top of your mat. Back knee comes down, so just like we did before, gently set your back knee down. If you need extra cushion, grab it, put it under your back knee. Hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot all the way out to the width of your mat and even a little bit forward. Now, This might be as far as you go. This might be your pose. Otherwise, see if you can start to lower your upper body closer to the ground without leaning over to the left. So it's going to be really, really tempting to just lean to the left and let the pose kind of collapse. Try to push your weight to the right. You can spin your right toes out to the right or even roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Just make sure your ankle stays strong. We'll be here for about 5 deep breaths. Soften your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Even think of softening your heart, melting your heart. Bigger inhales and longer exhales. Exhale out your mouth anytime. About 2 more rounds. Good job, you guys. All right, end of your next exhalation. Let's lift back up onto our hands if you're not there already. Walk your right foot back to midline so you're framing it. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We're gonna take our right leg all the way back and up, so 3-legged down dog again. And then right shin to the top of your mat for your pigeon pose. So right shin forward, set your body down gently. Your right knee should be towards the outer right edge of your mat, not towards the center of your mat. Pull your right hip back and up, left hip forward and up. So try to find that connection to center, that structure, that strength, that integrity of the pose. And then when you're ready, you can start your bow forward, humble pigeon. Breathe down into your right hip. Big deep breaths. And even as you bow forward, imagine you're trying to pull your right hip back and up. So keep the femur bone plugged into the socket. If you want to take it deeper, you can scoot your back knee back a little further at any time. Big, spacious inhales. Maybe visualize your breath moving down into your right hip, swirling around, creating space, softening the muscles there. Exhale to just let go. Notice, feel, and observe. Take about 4 more rounds. Good job, you guys. Take one last big breath in your pigeon. And then we're going to transition just into a 3-legged tabletop. So as you're ready, start to lift your upper body. Plant your hands, fingers spread nice and wide. Tuck your back toes and kind of scoot your back knee forward so your hips lift. Unthread your right leg, take it back, give it a nice little shake out. And then bend your knee, right heel towards your right butt cheek. Imagine you've got a rolled up washcloth behind your knee. You're trying to squeeze it and wring it out. Flex your toes. Keep everything else still and draw some big circles with your right knee through space. So shoulders stay still, belly stays still, left leg stays still, Biggest, fullest range of motion you can find. Reverse your circles. Squeeze your invisible washcloths, flex your toes. Find that full range of motion through your right hip. Nice job, my friends. Extend your right leg straight back now. Take your left arm straight forward, spinal balance. Big inhale, pull yourself apart. And just one time, exhale, elbow to knee, curl in. Stay here and hold for a full round of breath. Puff up into your back body. As you exhale, get even smaller, navel to your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down, tabletop. From your tabletop, let's rise up to our extended hero's pose. So kneeling position, but with your hips lifted. Knees, hips width distance apart. This time, extend your right leg straight out to the right. I'm going to scoot off my mat since I have this wall right next to me. So right leg extends straight out to the right, toes face directly forward. So it's like you're in a half wide-legged straddle position. Yeah, make sure your butt's not sticking out, nice and neutral through your pelvis, and as even as possible through your hips, little tone in your belly. Take your arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, right hand to the outside of your right thigh. Slide your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over. Side body stretch. Make sure your butt's not sticking out behind you. So maybe you even just very gently press your hips forward. Breathe into your left side. Your right hand is on your right leg for support, but there's not a lot of weight there. So you can lift your right hand if you wanted to and nothing would happen. Take about 2 more huge breaths. Good job, my friends. Use the strength in your core. Next inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, bring your left hand down over to your left side. Reach your right arm past the crown of your head. So you're in a modified side plank now. Different way of getting here. Stay where you're at or float your right leg up. Stay where you're at or bend your right knee. Reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Good. You guys are awesome. Think of rotating your heart to look up at the sky. Kick foot into hand. Pull hand back into foot. Breathe down into your belly. Couple more rounds, your fullest expression. Heart opens, back muscles squeeze. If you're holding onto your right foot, slowly release it. Set your right foot back down. Use your core strength to rise up. Inhale, reach up. Set your right knee down. So now your knees are again hips width distance apart. Bring your right hand to your low back to begin with. Left arm reaches up. Create your little back bend. Keep your shoulders and your chest square. So think of lifting your chest up, and I like my toes tucked under. It's totally up to you. Chest up, and then throat moves back. Reach your left fingertips back. Perfect place to stay. Hug in with your inner thighs. Option to bring your right hand to grab hold of your right heel. Take it a little bit deeper. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs, lifting through your heart. Try to keep your shoulders nice and square. Rather than letting your head collapse back, extend back. 2 more rounds, fullest expression. Back muscles hug around your spine, supporting your spine. Breathe down into your belly. We're going to come up from our heart, not with our head. So lead with your heart. Take it all the way back up. Head follows, arms reach up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, kind of stick your butt out behind you, hinge at your hips, hands to the ground. If you want, you can move a little bit, maybe a quick child's pose, eventually downward facing dog. Take it back. Walk it out. Reconnect to your big deep breaths. Feel that strength in your back body and breathe into it. Next time you inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale softly, left foot steps forward and back knee comes down very gently. Hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out to the width of your mat and maybe even a little bit forward. Spin your toes out slightly to the left if that feels better for you. And then as you start to lower your upper body towards the ground, remember, try not to lean over to the right. It's so much easier. It's so tempting. Push your weight to the left. Good. So maybe you just bend your elbows or kind of let your heart move down. Maybe you come to your forearms, your choice. If you want to roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure your ankle doesn't twist. It stays strong. Flex your toes. Take about 4 or 5 more breaths here. So if you're like me, this is not comfortable. This is very uncomfortable. But that's okay. We can do things that are uncomfortable, especially for a few breaths. It's temporary, so just let that sensation be there. Breathe into it, soften around it. Exhale out your mouth anytime. Last couple rounds, last couple full body breaths. So feel your entire body expand and contract with you. Good work, friends. Let's rise back up to our hands if you're not there already. Walk your left foot back to midline so you're framing it. Lift your back knee up. And we'll take it back to a 3-legged down dog. So left leg to the sky, stretch and lengthen. And then when you're ready, pigeon pose. Left shin comes forward. Set your body down gently. Left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat. Take a moment, pull your left hip up and back. Back, hip, forward, up and forward. So you want to pull both hips up into the socket, the femur bones up into the socket, hug towards midline, and then you can start your bow. And even when you bow forward, think of pulling your left hip back and up. And big breaths. Nice job. Soften with your exhales. About 4 or 5 more rounds. Exhale out your mouth anytime. Last couple rounds. And then to come out of it, we're going to find our way into our 3-legged tabletop again. So as you're ready, lift your upper body, plant your hands, spread your fingers wide. Tuck your back toes and scoot your back knee forward so your hips lift and your knee should be pretty much underneath your right hip. Take your left leg back, give it that gentle shake out for a moment. And then eventually you'll start drawing circles with your left knee. So bend your knee, heel towards your butt, flex your toes, squeeze your invisible rolled up washcloth, and start to draw your circles. Fullest range of motion you can find through your left hip. Everything else stays still. So those other parts of your body, you're stabilizing. You're using all those little tiny stabilizer muscles. Reverse your circles, make them as big as you can. And then finally extend your left leg straight back, hips square. Right arm straight forward, spinal balance. Big inhale, pull yourself apart, lengthen. Just one time, elbow to knee, curl in. Hold for a full round of breath. So puff up your back body, and then as you exhale, get even smaller, navel to spine, hollow out. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, lower down. Good work, my friends. Let's transition onto our backs. So however you want to get there, whichever direction you want to face, take it all the way down. And once you're on your back, a full body stretch is in order. So arms long, legs long. Pull yourself apart. Big, huge inhale, lengthen. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale. Draw your knees towards your belly. Little rock from side to side. Move into a supine spinal twist of your choice with your legs going over to the right. So any variation you want to take, knees to the right, left arm reaches out to the left. I'm taking a windshield wiper variation. You can straighten one leg or both legs, lots of options. Do what feels best to you. About 4 or 5 breaths. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. And then as you're ready, just transition to the other side. Take time transitioning, so not just flopping yourself over to the other side. Come through center, neutralize your pelvis, neutralize your spine so you can give your knees a big squeeze. You can take another full body stretch. If you want, you can take a happy baby. We'll get there eventually, but if you want one in between sides, that's fine. That's perfect. Go for it. Maybe you even want to take a couple different variations of your spinal twist. So you might start in one and then slowly migrate to another. Big Buddha belly breaths, just a little bit longer. Right arm reaches out to the right, gaze up or over your right shoulder. I know that it is not easy to show up for a practice that is online. You are the only one that holds yourself accountable, so good job showing up, doing something that's so good for your body, your mind, your soul, taking time out of your day to go inward, to do your work on your mat. I'm always so impressed by the effort people have put into keeping up with their practice, not letting it just go because it's harder to get to a class these days. So good job. When you feel pretty even on both sides, come back to center, and this time, everybody happy baby. Give yourself a few breaths in your happy baby, either rocking side to side, maybe straightening one leg and then the other leg. And then from your happy baby, if there are any more poses, any more stretches, any more movements you want to take to complete your own practice for your own self, then please feel free. So take your time and eventually start settling into your final relaxation. And as you get there, as you transition, I will read to you. This is by Jeff Foster, of course, my favorite. It's called A Brand New Day. To all the heartbroken ones, the misunderstood ones, to all of you misfits, outcasts, freaks, or worldly failures, to the ones they jeer at, poke, ridicule, crucify, to all you lonely, disillusioned poets and mad visionaries, to those whose worlds are falling apart, to those who have sought the light for so long yet still feel far away, to those whose unshakable absolutes have dissolved into the relative, to those whose hearts are burning up, to those whose dreams have crumbled to the ground, to those who have given everything for truth, to all of you out there in the dark, I salute you. There is such dignity in what you are going through. Life has called you to the deepest kind of trust in your own experience. Do not turn away. This is your unique invitation. From the cosmic perspective, nothing has gone wrong. Only the false can die. From the perspective of the heart, it is always a brand new day. Your beauty lies in your willingness to break. I walk with you, my perfectly broken family. So we all have our good days and bad days. We all have times where we feel like we are a part of, where we fit in, and then we all have times where we feel like we don't belong. We feel like we're crazy. The only one in the world that does life the way we do. So I think to some extent we can all relate. Just remember that nothing has gone wrong. So no matter where you are at, no matter what the world thinks, whatever judgments others might have on you, nothing has gone wrong, and you are so brave to live your own truth, to follow your own heart and live your own experience of this life of being human. So for these last few breaths, just let your breath be effortless. Whatever you've got going on in your life, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, comfortable, uncomfortable, it's all okay. It's all as it should be. So just melt into that, relax into that, let go of anxiety, let go of worry, let go of trying to fix, needing to control, needing to be understood, and just allow yourself to melt into the ground that's always there to hold you, to feel the energy that surrounds you, the energy of the cosmos, of the universe. And I will leave you here. You can stay as long as you'd like. So if you have a few minutes to spend it here, just relaxing, being intimate with yourself, feeling whatever's there, experiencing whatever is present. And thank you guys again so much for showing up, taking time to do your work on your mat. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.